Welcome to the Narrative Keys, where we break down the narratives behind the headlines and map the hidden links clearly. The state is not trying to prove only that Charlie Kirk died. It is trying to prove a chain: event, route, recovery, surrender, concealment. That is what changes this case from a single tragic event into a larger prosecutorial story. Episode 1 established the baseline. Episode 2 mapped the physical scene. Episode 3 widens out and asks a more serious legal question. What exactly is the state trying to prove beyond the death itself? According to the Utah County charging information, prosecutors are not presenting this as a simple unexplained act followed by an arrest. They are presenting it as a sequence they believe can be defended in court. First, the event at UVU. Second, the rooftop position and movement path described in the filing. Third, the recovery of the object and associated DNA evidence. Fourth, Tyler Robinson's surrender. And then, crucially, allegations that move beyond the event into concealment. That is where the public conversation changed. The aggravated murder count matters, obviously, but the obstruction and witness tampering counts matter just as much to the way millions of people began interpreting the aftermath. Because once prosecutors say this case includes concealment, viewers no longer look only at the event. They start looking at everything around it. They start asking who knew what, who helped with what, who said what later, who changed their tone, who seemed calm, who seemed evasive, who looked more concerned with managing narrative than confronting the event itself. That is how a prosecution story spills into a cultural story. But this is where discipline matters. Public inconsistency is not automatically obstruction. A strange statement is not automatically witness tampering. A person looking cold on camera is not automatically part of a criminal conspiracy. The legal question is narrower and harder. Did someone take actions that actually helped conceal evidence, mislead investigators, or pressure another person's account in a way the law recognizes? That is what prosecutors would eventually have to prove. At this stage, what the public has is the charging document and the counts it contains. Those counts tell us how the state is framing the case. They do not tell us what a jury will accept. They do not tell us which witnesses will hold up under examination. And they do not tell us whether every public suspicion built around this case will survive contact with formal evidence. Still, the filing changes the case in one important way. It tells the audience that the state itself believes the aftermath matters. Not just the event, not just the roof, not just the recovered object, the aftermath. That is why so much of the internet investigation turned toward timelines, messages, reactions, silence, and public behavior. Those questions did not come out of nowhere. They were amplified by the structure of the charges. This is also the point where viewers need a legal filter. A contradiction can matter. But not every contradiction matters in the same way. Some contradictions destroy trust, some expose weakness, some go nowhere, and some, if they are tied to concealment, become part of a criminal case. That distinction is one of the most important distinctions in this entire series, because if you blur optics, suspicion, and legal exposure together, the whole case becomes unreadable. The prosecution's story, at least in public filings, is larger than one moment on a campus. It is a theory of event plus aftermath, and once you understand that, the next episodes start to make much more sense. The timeline matters more, the public response matters more, institutional optics matter more, the analysis of people closest to the case matters more. The broader creator ecosystem makes more sense because the case is no longer just about a fatal event. It is about what happened around it and after it. In the next episode, we slow down that legal filter itself. What does it actually mean under Utah law if someone is caught in a lie? When is a contradiction just reputational damage? And when does it become obstruction, witness tampering, or something prosecutors can actually use? This is the Narrative Keys.